Yo, what is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome to episode 30 of my Tracksuit to the Top series here with Lewis FC in the Sky Bet League 2. Hopefully you guys are good. Today I have for you guys a live comm against second in the table, Plymouth Argyle. It's going to be a big one. We are away from home for it, but to start with, I guess we've got to talk about our game since the last result, which of course was that fantastic, emphatic 4-0 win against Mansfield. If you missed it, I recommend you go check it out. It was a great result for us, and I also did a lot of kind of recapping of some stuff going on at the club, so certainly worth checking out. Anyway, since then we've won a lot. We got off to a flyer in this run of results, getting a 4-2 win against Bristol. Bristol Rovers, of course. You can see here Liam Walsh getting man of the match. The centre mid's been a good player. He's actually improving a lot this year, the 20-year-old. He's got 5 assists in 8 games. He really is doing some serious work for us in midfield. And good to see him getting the man of the match award in that game and kind of, I guess, be appreciated for what he is doing at the club, because he is really being a big component of our season so far this year. The next result was a 2-0 win against Leyton Orient. A good result here. You can see Sweeney getting on the score sheet, the captain, the centre-back. That was a rebound of a free kick. And Brandon Barker also getting on the score sheet. Good for him, because this guy's had a good start to his career at the club. A player who never really shone during loan spells at other teams at our level, but he's playing in a very talented squad. I think he's a very talented player. And 5 assists and 3 goals so far in 12 games is pretty impressive for him. So that was a really good result. We then got a second 2-0 win in a row. This one came against Crawley. As you can see, Cameron Stewart grabbing both goals. And another player who has not really had a chance. And he's had a chance here and he's really taken it. He's got 5 goals now in 10 games with 2 assists. He's a great winger. It's good to see the young wingers who I've brought in. I guess Stewart isn't exactly young, but certainly the wingers that we've brought in have an impact and actually get on the score front. Because I did mention last episode that Alex Samuel was being relied on perhaps a little bit too much for the goals. Anyway, next result was a 4-1 win away against Morecambe. Again, a really good performance. Lewis Thompson getting the man of the match award in this game. This guy's been a surprisingly big player for us. I mean, I brought him in and he's come in and he's playing the vice captain role. And he is a Welsh under 21 international. But I didn't really know what to expect from him, because last year in League 1 he'd had a good season, but he hadn't contributed that much in terms of goals or assists. But so far this year in 12 games, a 7.38 average rating, and he is adapting very well to the new role I've been kind of deploying him in, which has been this defensive midfielder role. He's taken to it well, and it's good to see him adapting to it. And actually, he's been one of our best signings, I think, of all the players we've made. All the players that we've signed really have hit the ground running, which has been particularly pleasing. Anyway, the last result of this run of results was a 1-1 draw against Accrington, who at the time I believe were 3rd in the league. It was an okay result. Alex Samuel getting on the score sheet again. Unfortunately, however, Accrington did equalise in the second half, and that's all that she wrote. And so that was the first time we hadn't won. First time we hadn't won in 6 games, but still not a bad result. As I mentioned, Alex Samuel getting on the score sheet. You guys will notice here, he's now become a full international for Wales, and he scored a hat-trick against Luxembourg. If I just show you the fixtures here, and we go to this Luxembourg game, you can see he got a hat-trick for Wales. Great way to kick off his international kind of career, I guess. He did play the game before that and not have so much of an impact, but great for him. And upon kind of seeing this, and also upon kind of looking at the stats and realising, hang on a minute, I need to keep hold of this guy. He only had 18 months left on his deal. He came to the club on a 2-year contract on £1,500. I've managed to get him on a 5-year deal now. I've had to give him £2,000 a week, so only a £500 increase. But I think that's a fantastic wage to get a player of his quality on, and to lock him down and really kind of tie him to the club for the next 5 years is huge. And yeah, he's playing very, very well, and obviously to play for Wales and get a hat-trick is absolutely fantastic for him. So anyway, looking at the league, you can see here that we are playing against Plymouth today. Plymouth are 5 points behind us in 2nd place, so a win here would be a very good result and allow us to pull away from them a little bit. Worth noting, Cambridge, who of course we beat 6-0, are actually sat in 3rd place. So a little bit bizarre, but they've certainly kind of upped their form since they got absolutely hammered by us. So kind of curious to see them in third place. We've got a nice little cushion now over the teams behind us, which is quite nice. Looking at other information here, you can see that we've got a few players on the assist charts, Liam Walsh and Barker. A lot of that just comes down to the fact that we have scored 37 goals in 14 games, an absolutely insane record. Obviously got to thank Alex Samuel for the majority of that. His 14 goals have helped, but certainly other players are now stepping up and chipping in themselves. It's good to see the goals being shared around. Players like Cameron Stewart, Hesketh certainly getting on the score sheet is good. And yeah, I'm very happy at the moment. We go into today's game with no real injuries to speak of, which is a nice kind of little added bonus, I guess. Looking at it, it's looking rosy. It is looking rosy. Why are you not on a training schedule? I don't know. Answer on a postcard. Anyway, we'll put you on inside forward, Stuart. But yeah, things are looking rosy. Things are looking very good indeed. Just because we're playing well in the league, we've got a solid squad. A lot of players are performing for us as well, which is always really nice. I mean, you look at the average ratings for the last 5 games, you look at the average ratings in general. Everyone's performing well and everyone's playing a part, and that's really good to be able to see. And we've got so much strength in depth that even if a few injuries do occur, I'm not too worried. But anyway, let's get into today's live com. It is a big game because if we beat Plymouth and results go our way, we can really extend our lead at the top of the table quite substantially today. It's not going to be easy because we are away from home. Looking at it, you can see Plymouth have only lost 2 all season, so could be easier. But we have a good squad. There was midweek fixtures this week. Accrington, who was the last team we played, who we drew 1-1 against, that game actually happened on the Wednesday. As a result, a few players were a little bit tired. For the most part, we're not looking too worse for wear, so I'm hoping that might perhaps play into our hands a little bit if Plymouth have a few players who are perhaps struggling. But you know what, we'll see how things get on here. You can see if we just have a look at... can we look at Plymouth stats? We can. Plymouth stats, you can see a few of their players, you know, in the 80s region. A few of our players I don't think are quite that low. Actually, they are. But that may play a role for either team down the line. But you know what? We'll just see how things go. We are away from home. It's not going to be easy this game, but if we could win it, that would really kind of, in my mind, kind of confirm that we really should be winning the league this year. Because Plymouth are a very good team. They've got... I can't say this guy's name, but is it Teixeira? He plays at Liverpool, which is the worst thing about it. He plays at Liverpool in real life, and I can't say his name. Teixeira? I don't know. Answers on a postcard. Names are just not my specialty. If you've subscribed to my channel to learn how to say foreign names or names that aren't English, then you're in the wrong place, really. I hate to break it to you now if you've not realised at 30 episodes into this series, but you can see that they've actually taken the lead as I ramble on about pretty much nothing, which is not great, but looking at it, Plymouth are just the better side right now. I almost want to change something, but I feel like I'd be changing stuff too prematurely. But 22 minutes in, Plymouth certainly looking like the better side, and if they were to score again here, then I really would look to make changes. Fortunately, Mullen holds on to that one. So I think we'll just stick with the system for now. Looking at it, we're starting to get slowly back into the game. We've just been very slow starting here. Please deal with a set piece. We've not dealt with a set piece. Let's make some changes. It's a bit early to make changes, but who cares? Who cares? We're gonna mix things up. So we're gonna bring Thompson slightly further up and play him as a ball-winning midfielder set to defend. Liam Walsh is going to go to deep line playmaker support. Ben Bacon, go to attacking midfielder, attack my son. Run out there and just do your thing. That's all I want you to do. But yeah, we'll mix up our system. I've kind of, obviously I've been using this 4-3-3 system, but I have switched to this 4-2-3-1 and it has produced some really good results. Just crowds the midfield a little bit more and gives us more going forward, as we do have a clear-cut chance there. Stewart. Was it Stewart who missed that, or was it Samuel? I think it must have been Samuel, actually, but that is not good to miss a clear-cut chance. Looking at it, Plymouth are the better team. It's going to go into half-time at 2-0. I'm going to tell the players that they've not been good enough. I want more from you boys. I know we're playing a team at the top of the table, but we've spanked other teams near the top of the table. And that game, or this game so far rather, it's just not been good enough. It's not been good enough. So we'll see how we get on here. Keown, Stewart looks for the ball inside, but there's no one there. Oh, Mullen, what a save, son. bailing us out there. Bailing us out. The question is, how do I want to mix things up? Oh gosh, that's one hell of a long throw. Deal with it. We've already conceded once from a long throw, so not again. Okay, that'll do. They put the ball out for us. That's kind. Alright, Ben Bacon's picked up a knock. I guess that's a good time at 60 minutes to start making some changes. Let's bring on Hesketh and move him to advanced playmaker. Barker's had a bad game at left attacking mid, so let's bring on Gore. And I think we'll stick with that for now. Just making a double change. Fresh legs in midfield. Hopefully those players can come on and make an impact. Both players are fairly athletic in Hesketh and Gore. So we'll see how we get on. There's still 25 minutes left here. Looking at the game, Plymouth certainly having the better of it, but a goal now could really change the momentum of the game if it was to come in our favour. But we are going to have to defend, and we are not defending. And they make it 3-0. We are being humiliated. This is going to be our second defeat of the season, and it's a disappointing way for it to come about. Just Plymouth today, they've just turned up. We've just not performed, and I guess that's inevitable to happen, now and then, but for it to happen in this big game is bitterly disappointing. We'll bring on Seeger for Samuel. Samuel not feeling 100%. He's not performed great, and his conditions are tad low. So rather than keeping him out and risking getting an injury to one of our best players, we'll just sub him off and play it safe. But disappointing, particularly after the Mansfield game last game where we won 4-0. To get spanked like this is just a little bit unexpected, I want to say, but also just a little bit frustrating because we've just not performed, and we're giving them the ball there, and they're going to come and attack us again. Let's not concede 4, boys. Good save, Mullen. Mullen has really kept us in this with some vital saves. We conceded early, which certainly didn't help us, and we've been chasing the game since, and we're just giving away the ball in midfield as we do it again from a throw-in. We are gifting them chances, and they deserve a 4th. That is poor. Poor play in the midfield. Just a simple pass that's passed straight to them, and then suddenly they're on the counter because we've committed men forward chasing a game with a throw-in at the halfway line. 1 to write off, I think, this game. 1 to write off. A consolation wouldn't really mean a lot now, if I'm honest, even if we were to get one, as Gore will score. Well, I guess he hasn't scored, I don't think, for us yet this year. That is his first goal of the season. So silver linings. He got his first goal of the year, but it's too little too late. It's a nice goal, but conceding 4, you're very rarely going to win if you concede 4. I think the defence might get a bit of a bollocking from me. Might give them a few stern words in the dressing room in the team talk, because it's been poor. A key game, a big game, and we've just choked. I mean, we retain our spot at the top of the table because of how well we've done in our other games, but Cambridge closed the gap, Accrington closed the gap, Notts County are only 4 points behind now. It's really tight at the top 15 games in, and we do ourselves no favours by performing like that. I just skipped the team talk, so I can't bollock the centre-backs either, but disappointing. But anyway, that is going to wrap things up for today, guys. Bit of a down note, I guess, but yeah, it is what it is. The FA Cup first round is coming up. I don't know if I'm going to cover it just because it's the first round of the FA Cup. If we get a big team, maybe a high-end League One team, maybe, but realistically, a lot of the teams we're going to get drawn against are going to be in our own division, more than likely. I don't know when the next episode is going to be, just because we've got a few games now against mid-table-ish teams. Really, I'm just looking at it. We actually have quite a nice run of fixtures. I think Notts County is the next big game. That is in around 2.5 months' time. That might be a little bit too far away. We'll see how things go. Obviously, the league's really tight, so it's going to change a lot. But hopefully you enjoyed regardless. Bit of a disappointing performance to cap off this episode, but we are still top of the league, but we need to book up our ideas and sort ourselves out fast. So yeah, if you've watched till this point, smash the like button. If you're enjoying this series so far, let me know down in the comments. Give me some words of wisdom. And yeah, I think that wraps things up. I don't know what words of wisdom you're going to write, but write something wise. And I look forward to reading it. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. I will talk to you guys in a bit. It is me, Jack, and I'm out.